Here's our devotional for Monday, April 20th. We will be concluding Proverbs 24 as our focus today. So if you caught Fridays, because I wound up not doing one on Saturday, we finished our completion of what's called these 30 precepts or 30 wise sayings. And now we get this kind of addendum. I think Van Leeuwen actually uses the word appendix, but these are kind of additional sayings to go along. There are some scholarly theories about that, and I think it was in the Septuagint, Van Leeuwen looks. Septuagint is a Greek version of both Old Testament and New Testament. It gets added in kind of at the end. It gets added in a different spot. So these are the possibilities of these different sections being pulled together to make our modern book of Proverbs, I think, is a very real possibility. But I also think, like we saw when we were doing Psalms, and particularly when we had these forms of acrostic poems that are coming up, part of the devotional aspect of these scriptural writings is trying to present a fullness and an abundance. So here's 30 sayings, and here's a few others, just for good intention and effort, and to get these things in there. There wasn't a whole lot of commentary from Van Leeuwen that I thought was highly critical. So today we're going to do a back and forth on these sayings as we move through. And we'll give you one from the Message and then one from Peterson and highlight a couple things for us, which means I need to get it open to where I'm going to need to be. So the portions we're talking about are Proverbs 24. It's going to be verses 23 to 34, which will conclude the chapter. As we step into 25, we begin a new section coming back to Solomonic, or however you say that word, sayings attributed to Solomon, which are going to be dealing with leadership and court life and fools as well, those who are not heeding the word. And let me get this one open too. So it starts with the general introduction. The Van Leeuwen does say an appendix, more sayings of the wise, and introduces it with simply this line in 23. These also are sayings of the wise. Peterson entitles his section More Sayings of the Wise, and then An Honest Answer is the title for his section. Partiality in judging is not good. The Message response: it's wrong, very wrong, to go along with injustice. The Message: whoever whitewashes the wicked gets a black mark in the history books, but whoever exposes the wicked will be thanked and rewarded. So we have that kind of antithetical portion that we had seen earlier in Proverbs. And here's the NRSV. Whoever says to the wicked, "You are innocent," will be cursed by peoples, abhorred by nations. But those who rebuke the wicked will have delight, and a good blessing will come upon them. From the NRSV, one who gives an honest answer gives a kiss on the lips. That's interesting. One who gives an honest answer gives a kiss on the lips. Peterson's portrayal of that is also intriguing. An honest answer is like a warm hug. Little pause right there, and not something I was planning on getting into before starting this recording. One of my friends in high school, I was helping pack up his family and move to a new house in the same community. And while we were hanging out with him, some of the boys had something to do, and so they said bye and got a kiss right on the mouth from, from their mom. Now, stepping back from that very judgmental reaction, let me readily say that's just not a way that we expressed affection in my family. And yes, maybe kiss on the cheek. I've done for a while, but yeah, my wife is the only one whose lips I'm actually engaging with. If you are of a different mindset with your family, I do affirm you. I do not mean to cause consternation, but I do readily acknowledge my own things around that. Moving right along and quickly from the Message. First, plant your fields, then build your barn. Intriguing. The counterbalance for the NRSV. Prepare your work outside, get everything ready for you in the field, and after that, build your house. Some of those agricultural ones get a little lost on me, just also with my upbringing and right. We're going to repeat those so I can think about it a little bit more. First, plant your fields, then build your barn. Prepare your work outside, get everything ready for you in the field, and after that, build your house. So I think it is talking about prioritization and when to focus on the work that we need to do. We also have that New Testament balance of the warning against building bigger and bigger barns to store things, and then you lose your life, and you got to find out where you're truly invested. But some interesting commentary on those that I might have to explore a little bit more. Continuing in the NRSV. Do not be a witness against your neighbor without cause, and do not deceive with your lips. Do not say, I will do to others as they have done to me. I will pay them back for what they have done. Now, very clear New Testament applications there of the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, which we had several weeks ago in our worship life. From the Message, don't talk about your neighbors behind their backs. No slander or gossip, please. Don't say to anyone, I'll get back at you for what you did to me. I'll make you pay for what you did. That whole theme of vengeance belongs to the Lord, and what it does to us when we're seeking our own vengeance. Continuing in the Message. One day I walked by the field of an old lazybones and then past the vineyard of a lout. They were overgrown with weeds, thick with thistles, all the fences broken down. I took a long look and pondered what I saw. The fields preached me a sermon, and I listened. A nap here, a nap there, a day off here, a day off there. Sit back, take it easy. Do you know what comes next? Just this. You can look forward to a dirt poor life with poverty as your permanent house guest. Mercy, Eugene Peterson. All right, NRSV. I passed by the field of one who was lazy, by the vineyard of a stupid person, and see, it was all overgrown with thorns. The ground was covered with nettles, and its stone wall was broken down. Then I saw and considered it. I looked and received instruction, a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come upon you like a robber, and want like an armed warrior. Mercy. In a society that tends to currently be rather hectic and busy, we hope that that scripture is being taken in an appropriate context. But the importance of doing the work that is at hand and discerning what that work is continues to be a challenge and a trick. So that's it for our conclusion of Proverbs 24. We'll be back with you tomorrow as we start our next section in Proverbs. Little fun reference for our memorial service on Saturday. One of the scriptures that I have used fairly frequently for women who have passed away is Proverbs 31. It's becoming, I think, less of an applicable text as we have a lot of women that aren't focused on homemaking, but who are engaging in regular work life. So it doesn't fit every context, but especially when I have women who have done a lot of sewing or quilting, it's a really fitting tribute. And that's the conclusion to the entire book of Proverbs, Proverbs 31:10 to 31. And look forward to working up to that. So we'll be back with you tomorrow. Have a great day and talk to you later. Bye-bye.